Haunted, where you are the investigator. Get Haunted. Paranormal Investigations isn't a show. It's your experience. Join this premier paranormal event company for real investigations at some of the nation's most haunted locations. This isn't a tour. This is hands-on. You'll use real equipment, explore active sites, and dive into the unknown. No scripts, no actors, just you, the gear, and whatever's waiting in the dark. Perfect for both first-timers and seasoned ghost hunters. Each event is guided by experienced investigators. But the discoveries, they're yours to make. 2025 is already jam-packed with incredible locations across the nation. Space fills up fast, so make sure to book your tickets now. Dare to get haunted? Find your next investigation at gethaunted.com.
It is Wednesday. It is 1 p.m., a little after 1, and it is Wednesday.
The Get Haunted Network. Did you type that?
I did. I don't know why it's saying that.
Yeah, can you like not throw me into like freak out? I'm watching. I was on YouTube myself, as you know, just to watch things, and I don't understand it either. It's in that stupid mode.
Well, that's your whole title, though. That's what the YouTube, I think, handle is, right?
Oh, see, but it creates two shows.
Yeah, that's the one for the phone and one for the laptop. That's what Chris is saying.
Okay.
Chris is saying he hates that. He hates that.
All right, now I get it. I get it.
Well,
I'm throwing out wrenches today.
Or when Rob is trying to figure out what social media platforms do and how they work, I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to all you fine folks, because that's why we're here. We're here because of you.
Do it.
There is, of course, Stacy Talledge, Professor T in the house. I came up with a great idea, Rob, because he was fighting me on something, a topic. He does check-ins for Rob and I once in a while. He checks in on us personally, and it went into a little bit of a Stacy thing. And I said, you know what we should do? We should do a segment or a show called The Professor and the Blonde. And we can have where we fight it out.
Why don't I remember this?
You don't, because it was something that just happened. I told you checked in on me when I told you that.
Almost never fight, so.
Nice. Okay, first of all, this is an oddity that we didn't fight before this show.
Yeah, this is the first. It's because I'm drinking.
He's having a little sangria.
The blondness.
Yeah. So, anyways, there she is, Miss Sandy Pickle. Give that baby Charlotte a big giant kiss from Auntie Sarah, please. It is the Christmas. How exciting for her! A Christmas with a little one this year. Like, that kind of gets it. She's kind of getting to that, right? Get it.
It's how we set people up to think that they're just deserve free shit all the time.
That's right. We start them at a young age. This is what you get left in your house. There is Sparky. Why is everybody's handle coming up weird?
Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know.
I know. So there he is, Mr. Sparky. How you doing? I love him in his like tombstone attire right there. He's Mr. Cowboy. Kind of digging it.
He's like, I'd probably be the Doc Holliday. He would be more of the Vern.
I don't know. Why do you say that?
We'll watch Tombstone together.
Okay, we'll watch it. Here. I gotta scroll down here. We've got hold on. We do have how did I miss this? Hold on, everybody. Hold up. Where'd it go?
What?
Well, there was Get Haunted Midwest. Oh, here he is. I couldn't find it. Get Haunted Midwest. Chris, Horror Road Trip right here, coming at you.
Horror Road Trip.
It's a Horror Road Trip, everyone. AC Spirit my sweet girl. How have you
Lacey
been?
went in the internet last week with a comment that
Oh my God, she's
we
so
won't
funny.
bring up.
You know, if you guys don't have Icy as your friend, you're missing out because this girl, she makes my heart happy on so many levels, and she's funny as shit.
Funny as shit.
She's incredible that way. Okay, hold on. There she is. There's Pink Hands. There's Carrie. Carrie, are you still are the coloring books still out?
Oh, God.
I gotta finish mine. I have mine right here that I gotta finish. We did a little art
Yeah,
meditation.
you made progress. That looks so much better.
So oh thanks. So I hope you're out there that is still you know, I don't know,
Okay. Well,
giving you that peace that we all need. Happy Wednesday.
used up a little bit. Basilio tea. That seems very legitimate. Cool. Welcome.
I don't
Welcome
know.
if
I
you
don't
are
know, but
legit. We have a lot of new viewers that pop in on us.
Yeah. This is true, you know, guys. Maybe hit that, smash that button, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, give us a like, give us a follow.
Smash
There
it.
he is. There's Mr. Stephen Commence digging deeper. Hello to you, Stephen.
Yeah, he was in Virginia where I was not invited, but that's okay. Oh,
Would you have made the trip?
Huh?
Would you have made the trip?
Yeah, I had my shit packed. I was all ready to go. I was like, they must have just, I don't know. It's probably in my spam. Let me look there.
It
Nope.
could be there. Could be in your spam. I don't know. My hat. Yes, my hat's too big for me. Kaylee, there's Miss Kaylee. If you guys haven't seen, she is a great photographer. She's out there doing some pretty cool things for us at our events and giving you guys a little piece of memorabilia to take back with you. I'm loving this.
A souvenir, if you will.
A souvenir. So that's everybody who has identified themselves. To those that haven't, hello, welcome. We are here today to talk all things paranormal and I don't know, maybe get a little spicy. I don't know.
Sarah's spicy today.
Am I spicy today? I'm not spicy, but we had a really good conversation. I was like, you know what? I'm Two Brothers Extreme. There's Mr. Michael Sticks Cronin in the house. Hello. I was like, you know what? I couldn't get it out of my mind. If sometimes you just got to treat yourself to those stupid calories. And I did, as Brittany calls them, stupid calories. So I did. I went and got my original chicken sandwich with cheese, Burger King meal in it. Oh God, did it make me happy.
I witnessed it.
You did witness it, spitting food and all. So we had a really good conversation, and it's not that it led to being spicy. It's just,
well, no, I think that's what led to the conversation.
Being spicy.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys know, because I don't think this was talked about enough during the year, but what we're seeing now on social media is the validation that 2025 was the year of the snake.
You're the
folks.
snake.
And did it not feel like it?
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Mhm.
It's too early to get into that, but let's warm this up. Only been live for 8.6 minutes.
All right, let's warm you up. We're going to warm everybody up.
It's 9.01 right now.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah.
So, but you probably saw on social media, we're into the given season. It is December 3rd. People are going to start their Christmas shopping. Two things. One, if you haven't noticed in the network, there is a post that is pinned, and it is where we are starting a holiday directory. And what I want to do with that is this. One year, I don't remember if it's the first Christmas, Rob, that I was doing social media or the second, but I think it was the first. I tried to do a 13 days of Christmas, and we picked people. We all kind of picked people who we wanted to lift. And it was truly for nothing other than like, hey, I love your stuff. I want to be able to share that on the network so people can come find your stuff that we love. Can you give us, give us what we can share, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we asked for permission. And if anybody had like coupons or a discount code, we would put that in there with the post.
Yeah, no pressure. Just like, do you have anything? We love buying stuff from you. We want to share that so people know where to go, right? I mean, isn't that might not be what social media was created for, but it's what I would assume social media should be used for. So it was met by several people very suspiciously. It was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they
And
thought it was like we were scamming them.
yeah.
We were like, you're just literally trying to be nice here, bro.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be, there must always be a motive. Cannot just be kindness, it must be a motive.
No.
So I said, screw that, never did it again. But what I wanted to do was do a directory and have it all in one place. And I'm going to start popping things in there. And I have popped a few. You know, if there's something that, I don't know, as you're looking for something cool and unique for somebody in your life for Christmas or the holidays or a birthday, here's a directory with websites or platforms that you can purchase on, along with just a brief description. You know, are they a reader? Do they have services? Do they have art? Do they have equipment? Right. And, you know, make it easy for everybody so they don't have to search for it. They can just go, oh my God, that's cool. Click and you got it. That's the holiday directory. So if you feel drawn to, and there's something that you love out there that somebody is talented and has created, pop that information into the comments, you know, put who it is. I try to tag the person, what they do, and then, you know, either their website or their platform, give them a shout out because you're helping that's a win-win for everybody. Yeah.
Win-win.
And then you're going to start seeing our gifts under 20 from Get Hunted. And Rob has been working like a busy little elf over there, creating some cool, you're slurping that down like it's grape juice.
It's so good. It's homemade. This is how I ended up sick last weekend, though. So I'm only going to have one glass. Yeah,
maybe don't.
I am quite the little elf over here. I'm elfing things up. Over here creating and making, and I know it's scattered. I did get a couple messages from people. Thomas, I'm drinking. Thomas brought me this.
Tom, how dare you?
Good shit. But I did get messages because people are like, yeah, I don't even know what the hell you're making at this point. And I'm like, I know there's a lot of posts. So by tonight, I'll have a lot of things.
Well, yeah, but here's what we want to say. So first thing you saw, not one of the first things you saw was, you know, custom keychains. And these things are, in my opinion, so cool, because here's an opportunity for a lot of you out there that are teams or groups. And maybe what you want to do is create something that is, you know, a fun little gift or a stocking stuffer, or maybe you're going to do a little cute bundle, or maybe it's kind of like, what is that called? A white elephant gift? Pink elephant? White elephant? It's an elephant gift. I don't know. But like, what a cool thing. These keychains, by the way, you can do anything. You can do a photo, you can do graphics, sayings. It doesn't matter. Your imagination is the limit. So yeah, white elephant. Thank you, Sparky.
White elephant.
So, you know, the idea, one of our thoughts, toe tags, right? It could be a toe tag, however you want to use it.
But actually have some downstairs if you want.
The cool thing is, if you wanted to do team tags, right? We're going to put some pictures out for you guys to see, but if you wanted to do team tags, you could make your logo on the front, and then on the back, either are they the team lead, are they the equipment manager, are they the team psychic, or put their names. Like, these are cool little fun, inexpensive ways to give to your team and uniform you. The other gift that you saw up were metal snowflake ornaments. However, he doesn't have a huge supply of those. So if you want in on those, you need to get in now because he only has a few of those left. So that one is pictures. Again, you submit
anything, you know, it can be graphics, it can be this, it can be, I mean, I am the only maker out there that's not allowed to work with AI. It's mandated by certain people in other countries. But if you have an AI logo, please, I can probably make it happen. I'll just have to get some international permission. So yes, this is my boy here, my puppy. There he is.
Look at Leo.
clear my camera. My camera wouldn't work again, so I have the external. Yeah, so these are pewter metal. I mean, I'm not offering it. I can engrave the back, but
Mhm.
we're gonna make this easy for y'all's later because I know there's a lot. So we will have some thought starters, right?
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah. I
can just
mean,
use the thoughts that we give you, which is like good cult leaders. We're firing out your
yeah. We have like we were like, oh, okay, for keychains, like what could we do? We started rattling off a whole bunch of ideas. And you really can do anything. But the cool thing is these are not expensive for you to
no.
do for someone. And they're just a fun little addition. So anything you can think of. Is there something you love to say? Is there someone, hey, I don't know, put somebody's big face on there that you hate with a big no through it. I don't know. Why did you put that up when I said somebody you hate?
How about some slate coasters? Laser
Yeah.
engraved. This is engraved with an IR laser,
Hmm.
and that means it just looks better with IR. I can do
Yeah.
photos here, artwork.
Isn't that so cool?
There's a creepy little snowman and a snowy snowscape.
How do you sell those, Rob? Like in a set of
Looking for.
sets of 4, and what are those going for?
I don't know.
Is this an
I
under
don't know.
20?
Hello, poop head Angelina. We were just talking about you. Here's a manifestation sigil. I have all kinds of sigils.
Oh, I love that. I love
Right?
that. Mhm.
Oh fuck! I don't know. I can't get my focus.
It was focused.
Right.
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan wanted to order something. I owe you an email back. Then we have the
Yeah.
pendulum boards that you put out. Those we can do custom pendulum boards. I don't have one here.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
get put together
So there's just
tonight.
lots of goodies. You could do really cute team stockings with some great stocking stuffers. Adding not even, you could do some of the little cute tchotchkes that we got here at Get Haunted, and then go to the I was gonna say hotel directory, the holiday directory. I love my Boolala. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
that.
trying to get him to focus because I put his
He's
little
so
arm
cute.
around your bee. He's
Yeah.
hugging.
Like Boolala is so cute. But go to the holiday directory, get one of those books from one of those authors out there. Get a reading. Thomas, you have a great day. You have a
Later,
great day.
Thomas. And if you want one of these with me in it, I mean, I'll put my face in there for you, whatever you want.
Yeah, right, Angelina. It's so cute. Boo la la. So yes, there are lots of fun things out there, and I know with so many amazing people in the community, and they're so crazy talented. Hit them up. Photography, books, readings, healings, tarot. Like there's just endless cool things out there, and we are huge supporters of small businesses, as we are a small business. We are about helping support everybody. Hey, Devin, I love her cute pictures. Did you see her cute, adorable pictures with her man?
Yes, she's kissing on him and stuff.
She's kissing all over him. She's so cute.
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable, Devin. I reported your profile.
Yeah. So that's some cool things that we're working on. And it is December 3rd. Thanksgiving was late this year, folks, which means, you're like a week behind. Everybody usually is like, oh my God, we've got so much time.
There's our biggest seller.
Yeah, right there. Is that front back? Is that what we're
Say what?
She's gonna do it again. She's gonna make you uncomfortable.
Okay, you should do it again. We got these. Be legendary. That's Mothman because he's a legend.
He is a legend.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much the sky is the limit. Then the team ones that we're playing around with, you can give these out to your team jump scare champion. I think I might make that for myself. The team empath in quotes because it's funny because, they're crying. That's the funny part. Have fun with it, people. Get a sense of humor.
Oh my God. I know everybody needs to calm down just a little bit.
Calm your everything's.
But like how fun, right? Like how fun if you're going to have a Christmas party with your team, or, I mean, what a fun thing to do. Like, look at that lineup. I had so much fun making these.
Yeah. Sarah makes them. I just print them. So
I
yeah,
did.
whatever you need, I got it. I can make it.
Yeah.
Shot glasses. We got the shot glasses. I got a bunch of those to get done today. I'm gonna make a keychain of Devin kissing her man.
Her man. She'd probably love that.
How do I
She'd probably
remove
love
this from
that.
stage?
I know, right, Sparky? Like, calm your tits. It's time.
How do I remove a photo? Oh,
Right,
never mind. Yeah,
Angelina? Like, that's what I told him. I'm like, we need to do like some like fun, like, like why they're keychains, folks. Like, I should, you know what? I should make a paranormal expert one.
yes, you should, because there's a lot of those. We'll sell a lot of those.
Sell those out.
They'll be
Hey,
sold out.
Eric Testerman.
Let's see. I could probably do that, or I can just put. I can put a photo of my own butthole. This way, you think it's your butthole, but it's really mine that you're looking at.
Stacy. Yeah. So for fakers, oh my God. Right. Okay. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. See, the imagination, it's all you need, and we can create anything for you. So we're not just t-shirts and hats, folks. We are all sorts of fun little tchotchkes. Think about maybe we were talking about doing a fun little package you could do for your teammates. It could be a cool engraved.
Yeah, but we're running out of time here, so we're gonna have to get all this shit together soon.
Yeah.
But speaking of t-shirts and hoodies, there will be some hot deals. Hot. Smoking hot deals. They're gonna be like sizzling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the plate at Ruth's Chris when they tell you not to touch it, and I still touch it.
Oh,
and then I need Band-Aids.
Anybody need, like, you want to work with someone cool and it's going to keep you on your toes? Here's your chick.
She will keep you on your toes.
Here's your chica right here.
Put you on your heels too. Don't fuck around with Angelina.
And we were just talking about you and an idea that we had, and when we came up when we asked the question about something, you were the name that came up. Like, she's the only one really so far that we can speak on personally, and it's all good. It's all good, Angelina.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah. The best EVB recorder dubber.
Here, this is what we need.
God, do you remember that? I remember when that was made and put out in group chat. Holy shit.
This was on a bottle of wine at one point.
Yeah, with the look on your face and that picture cracks me up.
It's very arrogant.
I think that was the ice cream cone picture.
I think it was. I hate that photo.
Yeah. So
branded keychains. Yes, Devin. We on that. We are actually on that. Yes. You'll see some cool stuff coming.
Yeah, 2026 is not the year of the snake.
No. It's the year of the worm.
What I gotta look this up now. Hold please.
Look it up while I razzle dazzle everybody with my wit and humor. So yeah, but if you are looking for lower, I don't call it cheap, but lower cost products, and they don't have to be paranormal, right? I can put baby pictures on any of this stuff, you name it. Hey, Raven Wolf.
Ooh.
Keys to the afterlife. Love that. See, that can be your design, and I can help you make it.
Okay, well, it's the year of the fire horse.
Fire horse?
Yes, and this means huge things in energetic, independent, freedom-loving. This year's about fire. 2026 is going to be fire, people.
Oh, good. We're going to fire some horses.
Yeah.
Devin, yes. And just imagine all of the amazing haunted house keychains we can make, especially when you sign up for extreme ticketing.
I love that. Yeah, if you sign up for extreme, you get a keychain. Yeah, Devin is razzled and dazzled. I love that.
I will hand deliver these fucking things to you. So yeah, there's a lot, but we'll get it all sorted out and organized tonight. But you will see some massive, enormous, just gigantic thick discounts on some of our hoodies and shirts. Dayton. Yeah, look, we broke, man. We had to turn the heat off. So that's why we're selling off all our shit. Anybody need let's see, anybody need some Allen keys? $5.
I just like to wear beanies now. I'm in my beanie era, Ryan.
Yeah. And I didn't shower today, era. So and I didn't feel like wetting my hair just to re-blow dry it and have it all ganked up. So you get what you get and you don't get upset. Still pretty handsome.
Oh, you get what you get and you don't get upset.
That's what
wow.
I used to say that to my kids.
Sage advice. Sage advice. Sage advice. Thank you, Jean Stakowitz.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on, like with a little, right? They are fun, right? They are fun.
Most people
Mine says boo.
Except for that, I don't know what that animal is on the top of your head, but
it's this is a cute little fur ball that's on top of mine. It's not an animal. It's
a creature.
It's not a creature.
All right. So what's next? So yes, we have a lot of cool things coming. We do have about
that's not even real counting.
7 or 8. No, I am.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 events right now that we've got scheduled for 2026. We're looking for obviously more. We'll get that all panned out here. 9. I got to get my calendar straight. But 2026 will be a fire horse year, and we're doing some things differently. So, I put polls out on the network page because they're not trick questions, Michelle. They're not loaded questions, Mariah. They're literally they're designed in a way, right? There's the paranormal and humanity, and people are all a bunch of onions, right? And we got to peel through the layers to get to the core, because until we get to the core, until the first person got to it, we didn't know what it looked like, right? And the key to getting to deeper conversations is starting on the surface. That's it. So they're not trick questions. Don't be afraid to answer them. I answered this one, Sarah answered it, but then questioned her own answer. You can change it. Just so you know, you can just click somewhere else.
Well, because but here's the problem, okay? And the polls are so amazing because you are just getting a quick snapshot so you can build the conversation. And it's always about, and if you know anything about us, and the track record is there, folks. All you have to do is scroll back as far as you can with Get Haunted and the Get Haunted Network, Paranormally Blonde. You're going to see it's all about building conversations. It's not about talking at you. It's about talking with you and getting you to dig a little deeper in your own experiences, not to discredit them, but to understand them a little bit more. So I think when I answer your poll questions, I'm just like wanting to say more. Like, you just want simple yes, no, which we all know. I just don't like to answer just simple yes, no.
That's true.
You be quiet. So yeah, that is a fun fact, Ryan.
I didn't even know that was true.
So yes, answer those questions.
Answer it.
Yeah, answer it.
Because the first question, I think the first poll was, are you purely spiritual? And this too was deliberately vague, and I left a middle ground on that one. Yeah. So are you a spiritual type of investigator? Or are you a science-based investigator, or are you a sort of a hybrid? And I revealed the results. It's not like a big secret.
Perhaps we're more hypocritical.
Or are you a hypocritical investigator? Are you a hypocrite?
That's why we're a little spicy. Why I'm a little spicy today. We had some big revelations.
She's dying to get into it. So I mean, if you
are
you trying to get me to fight? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening?
No, I think it's just, I think there's just been so much bullshit is talked about in the paranormal. Hey,
Yeah, Australia.
um, we rarely get to hear about the actual paranormal.
Well, again, going back to the year to the 2025 and
Yeah.
the year of the snake, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's sure, at least on the surface, right? Which is why I love she is sparking. Which is why I love the deeper questions, because that's we've gotten away from it. I think
Mhm,
as a whole,
mhm,
as a community,
mhm.
it's become about people talking shit and slinging shit and catching shit and beating people down and fucking everything except the dead. That was kind of my comment, like my weirdo post the other night as I was trying to fall asleep was, we're not talking about that stuff anymore. There's, you know, there's literally people that think this is all formulated, that this is all already set in stone, and that we are going to, if you don't investigate this way, it's just not the correct way. And that is so far from the truth. Do you feel the field has moved away from truth and morals? I, I don't, I don't know. I do think that it has been clouded by ridiculous drama and um, strangeness that is more about the living than it is about the dead, right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I think I just want to say this about that. Has it moved away from truth and morals? You know, when we talk about what paranormal is, and if you go back to the 1800s at some point when, sort of that whole movement was starting with actual scientists and professors and scholars and right, all the really very much the uh explorer types, right? I think what it's become now is more performative and less about, I mean, truth and morals of what?
Yeah,
Because
and
I
whose
think,
truths and whose morals, right?
yeah,
Because those are the things that tend to um, start the wars that we see, at least over here. I don't know what it's like in Australia. I mean, but
mhm,
it's not like you're in total isolation from the rest of the
no,
world, right? Social media in general um, is pretty brutal, and
mhm.
um, some people's truths are not others, and they're
Ugh,
nor are
well,
they
it's
the
not,
absolute.
but your truth, my truth, like, I think this is where when we talk about truth and morals, I thought what the paranormal was to be about is to sort of walk away from when it was all underground, right? It was sort of walking away from all the societal norms and what we expect from people and the religious aspect, and we're digging into something else. There's something we've all been born with that's in our DNA that is probably a bigger piece to living this life is the afterlife. And I think the truth and morals, because you have people out there who start to step in, and this is where today our hypocritical conversation came in, because the reality is we're all hypocritical. We just are. We're all hypocritical. And social media has taken the paranormal, and instead of saying, let's expand the conversation, we go out searching for those to validate our own beliefs. And then if you can't validate your belief, by the way, we can't prove shit about the paranormal. Not one of us is able to prove the paranormal. So we work on our beliefs, we work on our culture, and that's what we're working off of. I shouldn't say we're working on it. We're working off of it. So I think when we start talking about the hypocritical piece, when you can't find those to validate your beliefs, you validate your hate for somebody else's belief, right? So yeah, we've walked away from actual paranormal. Instead of saying, look, Rob, you bring your belief, Sarah, your belief so far, or your experiences. And that's really what I think we have morphed into, Rob, is we have really become more enamored with understanding the experiencer. We're not here to break down your experience and tell you you're wrong, because we can't tell you you're wrong. Who are we to tell you you're wrong? But we want to understand you as an experiencer. And I think when you have that space to open up and to be able to share all different experiences that are coming from all different beliefs and cultures and traumas and life and living and all that kind of good stuff, then you kind of have this cool thing where you're like, okay, like where are some commonalities, right?
Yeah.
Where can we start to pull the commonalities? Where can we say, everything's a perception, even death is a perception. So I think that's truth and morals. I don't know that truth and morals is a living person's thing, right? It's not, truth and morals is not consciousness. Like this is where I think we really sort of lose what we're really talking about. Sorry.
Right. Need water?
I might. So you're like starting all these great questions
Raspy. Yeah, right. And again, it's whose truths, whose morals. I'm gonna put up a couple comments there.
Yeah.
Because Angelina, here's no, we're gonna come back to that one, girl. I think some have been due to more about the money and not about truth or morals of showing the truth, right? But okay, so but we are all as adult ass human beings, most of us, we can see all that, right? So and there's a place, it's called Entertainment Paranormal. Why is it okay for the big names to go out there and make a huge paycheck, or used to make huge paychecks, not have to pay for locations, the whole nine? But when we celebrate these people, we've seen it, right? We watched it. Yet if somebody else in the paranormal is looking to make money now, there's scrupulous ways to do it, right? But in the end, and this is always where we're sort of the unpopular opinion, who do you blame? The consumer or the people supporting them, or do you blame the person that sees a market and goes to town with it? Doesn't mean that you have to love it.
It's like one thing is we get a lot like paranormal shouldn't be a business, yet your celebs are a business. Like, so we justify, this is where we're all hypocritical. We justify what we like and we find fault in with what we don't, instead of just saying, you're right. That's just life. There's always going to be things you don't like.
Because we run public events, we get this a lot. So it's okay. It's totally okay for the location owners to profit on a Saturday night. That's okay. But to some, we're not supposed to. I'm supposed to donate all of our time, all of our fuel, all of our equipment and energy to go run an event there to benefit someone else. But it's okay if XYZ from the Travel Channel comes there, demands a flight in $600. That's okay too, as long as you get to go take a selfie with them. It's an absurd notion. It just is. And the last time I looked, here we're still the United States, and we were built on capitalism. So anybody that's out there making money, as long as you're not defrauding people, that's a totally different thing. Yeah. We can go down a whole ass rabbit hole there, right? But at the end of the day, the service that some people provide is entertainment, just like the fucking movies and just like everything else. So you can't really get mad at them, right? And then if they do get caught doing stupid shit and you out them, or somebody outs them, there's a way to do that isn't full of jackassery. It's just, there's a way to do it, right? Because you lose me as a viewer, and as somebody that's going, all right, this does look a little fishy, when you just start pounding on them like it's a high school personally. This is where some of the hypocrisy that we were talking about comes into play, right? I get beat up for shit all the time. I get beat up for helping someone who would use their AI logo, right? And I help them, but I'm the asshole. So let's put up this question here. So you've experienced many historic locations being closed down due to investigations over here. It's possibly due to the oversaturation of teams trying to profit. Is it the same in the USA?
I think so.
You say closed. closed down to investigate, not the location being shut down. Yeah, it's a struggle that we have, right? Something we actually talked about yesterday, and to me, some of that goes back onto the location, right? Because so let's take an example here. Right? Let's say Get Haunted wants to put on an event out in Missouri. Okay, it's about a whatever it is, 14-hour drive for me. You know, we got to get our crew out there. That means a hotel probably on the way if I'm not juiced up on enough coffee. Another 2 days of hotel there because nobody's just finishing an event, jumping in the car and going home. So we're looking at us investing a fair amount of money, plus a location cost, right? So we have to make up for that. Well, I'm not a philanthropist. Sarah's not a philanthropist. This is all we do, and we're trying to stay in business. So it means a couple things. One is either we just keep it local, which sucks for everybody because then we become the company that glums up XYZ location for 12 weekends a year. We don't want to do that. So we have to charge a bit more than somebody that is local who can drive to the location, sit down. They'll do that in some cases. I'm not saying all, but there are teams now that have become what most people would call an event company that will literally do it to subsidize the cost of their own personal investigation that night. So where we might have $110 ticket, they might do it for $55. How do you compete with that? Especially if people don't know who you are because you don't have a large footprint over there.
Lindsay.
Sorry, Lindsay. Yeah.
Well, we are in some form.
We got the notification. Yeah, we are. So they're like, yes, sir, we are seeing, or ma'am, I'm sorry, we are seeing this a lot here in the U.S. because everybody's picking it up. Now, I throw a lot of that onus back onto the locations because you should, in my opinion, as a location. I've watched it backfire on, and I'm friends with a lot of location owners. I've watched it backfire on them because there are people that will sell tickets that are lower than their own paranormal tours that they put on. So some are waking up to it, and some are realizing that maybe there needs to be a minimum ticket price there that's fair for everybody. Even fair to themselves, right? Because for some, it's more about getting a night there, and for others, it's about something much, much bigger. So it is a challenge. It is something we face, and as you know, some people look at this and think the paranormal's phasing out. I don't think so at all. It's just, as you stated, it's becoming oversaturated.
Right, but I think here's the problem with the saturation problem. I think what you're seeing is there's the paranormal and then there is trend. And trend is very different than actual paranormal exploration. And so when you have influencers that step in and now they're going to do the trend of paranormal and then they make it a little bit hard, and that's just life. Life isn't fair. But you have these influencers come in and I'm not going to name, there's a couple that didn't even like the paranormal. They just go where the popular trend is and they'll switch off, but they'll take over space that could go to other teams that are truly in this and dedicated to not the trend, but to the topic itself. So I think when we talk about saturation and what's dying off, I think when you look at network television shows, I mean, how many shows of watching, a network say to somebody like, okay, this was your experience, but we need you to just pump it up a little bit. Could you act more scared? And then they have reenactors do your story and it's nothing like your story. I mean, how many of those can you have? Right. And then we have those people that get to sit in on those. Like, I'm the expert of the paranormal. I'm going to give my 2 cents about this person's story. Like, how many shows of those can you have? That trend's going to fall off. But the reality is the question of what happens after we die is something we've been born with. Our connection with what else is unseen that seems to be connected to us is right there, right? Like that's been since the first human being on the planet. This is something we've always chased. And I think that when you have things like social media, It's just that hypocrisy gets even louder and more obvious because now everybody's out there shouting, and we can start to see it. Like it's okay to like this person, but it's not okay to like this person until that person has an opportunity for you. We see ship jumpers all day long.
All day, every day. Angelina, and that's, I get that piece, right? That is, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, bringing other teams and bringing other people in. But
Amen.
then there's some that just literally will host events as a public event company, sometimes lacking insurance, the whole nine. Um, and that's great, but here's the bigger difference, right? And this is what I have tried to explain to some location owners. Those people are doing that once, maybe twice a year, right? There's some locations that we do 4-5 times a year.
Mhm.
So, let's just throw a round number out there, $1,000. So they made you $1,000, $2,000 per year max, right? Probably. We're giving you 5, 10, 12. Truth is, we've helped put roofs on locations. We've helped put driveways where driveways needed to be put. So, people look at all the events and all the ticket sales and think we're getting rich off this. No, like, okay, and sometimes we pay more than others, right? It's just what it is. So you have to look at the bigger picture and not so much at one single night of one single weekend of the year.
Mhm.
That's how I would argue that point. Let's put this one up. There's a lot of good comments here.
It's so good comments.
You've traveled extensively through the USA and visited many of your locations for investigations. Ticketing prices are much more affordable than ours. It's, I wouldn't say it's structured, but it is very, we have to compete, right? So like, let's take the Northeast. We've got, if we count New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, up to Mass, there's several event companies, some bigger, some people consider us larger, and then some smaller ones. And this is where we run into it. And we just did an event a couple weekends ago with 2 other event companies in New York, right? And myself, Dave Giuliano, and Barry Ruggiero have all talked about this because also own a ticketing agency, right? Sarah and I own this ticketing agency, so Dave uses it. So I see his prices, right? And he'll have an event the weekend before mine at the same location, and his will be $50 cheaper. So I have to yell at Dave, and he's giving away a friggin' K2 meter. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're killing me. But it is very, very competitive. So at the end of the day, right, it truly comes down to, and this is the conversation we had yesterday, is what are you getting, right? We're all a bunch of chefs in this. Let's create a scenario, and we're all going to get the same ingredients essentially, which is customers, hopefully a location, and the paranormal. The rest is on the presentation and the delivery and the cook. So you can have all the same ingredients and have 5 very different dishes. And that was the idea between of the event we did was, we get our diehard loyal people that are always with us. Dave does too. Barry did too. Well, let's introduce them to each other. Let's find ways to merge our communities together to let them understand, because I want our guys to go over and support Dave and Barry, and I want their people over with us. And I think it was met with a pretty much overwhelming success. And it was just really good to show that on the business side of the paranormal, there are people that will actually work together and not try to undermine each other. Hey, Lindsay, I've seen your posts about him and his books. Yeah, his pricing I'm working on. I can go in and actually modify his pricing structure. He doesn't know that.
Yeah. Hey, Debbie.
Say Terry and Debbie. So yeah, there's a lot, right? And it's gotten very, very cutthroat. And then then they'll even go as far, and there's one in particular, another event company owner that's been particularly vicious. Particularly vicious.
Particularly.
I know I was struggling with that. Vicious towards us, right? They'll go personal and
Mhm.
try to hurt your business because they don't want us coming into their territory. It's
Mhm.
really,
Mhm.
really sad. Um, I don't know about in Australia, but I know business location owners and managers all talk here in the
Yeah.
US. Sure, they not all of them, but groups of them talk, and I'm sure it's
Mhm.
the same over there in Australia. Which I want to go to Cockatoo Island, by the way. If you've ever been there, please let me know because I want to go there. And some of them kind of get on board with that shit, and
Yeah.
it's kind of sad. So there is some weird gatekeeping that happens. There's all these things that happen, just like everywhere else. And it creates fractures and rifts inside of the community that really just shouldn't, don't need to be there. But yeah, we lost our heat, Debbie.
I just heard beanie. I just think I'm in my beanie era, Debbie.
Yeah, I since you missed it, Rob woke up early, and I knew that joke was coming. Yes, Rob woke up early, but did not shower today because I
Mhm.
jumped out of bed like raring to go. I had shit to do, and then I was like, next thing I knew, it was showtime. So here I am. Really, yes. Oh,
That's
okay. We're
awesome.
gonna
We
talk.
need to have them
Yeah.
on a show and like
Yes,
talk
please.
about
We'd
the
love to
differences.
meet you and talk to you. But yeah, Cockatoo Island. I know from Cerno Face documentaries.
Well, what
Sorry.
I want to know from Australia's Capture Paranormal is how do you feel about the conspiracy theorists who believe that your continent doesn't even exist and that airline pilots are in on this gig and that when they say you're going to Australia, they fly you around and around and then they land you somewhere and go, "Welcome to Australia," but it doesn't exist because Earth is flat.
What?
I thought you would like that one, Terry. Terry, help me out. Like, is that not what this like flat earthers believe Australia doesn't even exist
All right.
and that airline pilots are in on it?
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's a new one for me. Shut up, Terry, and thank you for the invite. Australia. I was supposed to go to Australia years ago.
Mhm.
That's a long ass flight. Long ass flight. But
Mhm.
I do want to go. I do need to get there one day. Just not only thing y'all have that I'm not interested in are the spiders. Period.
Oh, the ones that are like his giant dog. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
upside
the
down.
upside down. You do ride kangaroos. I've seen it.
Well, those beefed up animals freak me the hell out that they're
Well, the
just going to come over
kangaroos,
and yeah, they're just going
they'll
to
wreck you.
yeah, they're going to beat
Camel
your
spider.
ass.
I don't think they have camel spiders down there. I know they have funnel webs and yeah, not good stuff. And
Mm-mm.
their snakes are also not nice.
Vermont,
So it's a
Utah.
mix of
Interesting.
Vermont and Utah. Okay,
Interesting. Interesting.
that's very. There's a lot of different temperatures between all those states.
I think that's what they're saying.
Um, so yeah. So look, I know we kind of got into.
Jeez.
I've seen that meme. It's hilarious. Yeah, we have bears. I know. I used to raise cougars, or I prefer to call them mountain lions. I do love me some cougar.
He does.
Um, but I used to raise cougars, mountain lions, Siberian tigers. And we did have a bear. It was stupid. I didn't like the bear,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I'm a big cat guy. I love my big cats. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think,
so yeah, we got a
there's
little spicy today about some other things, right? And then so you got the business side, right? And then you've got then you got this whole weird battle that's happening. I know who Jasco is. I don't follow him or watch his stuff. Um,
Mhm.
but he came across my post, my feed today, and
Mhm.
he's just basically saying everything that we have said a million times, right? Like everybody's like in this weird moment of just like what the hell is wrong with social media? And that's, Angelina, kind of how you came up, because there's very few people that fall into the, in my opinion, that I am aware of, right? I'm not
Because
general.
it's not something we don't spend our time actually researching or
I
looking
don't,
into.
right? Because, but you know, there's this weird thing when you, I think when people, there was some show that was on that was like, you know, are debunkers hurting or ruining the paranormal field? And no, I don't think so. I think debunkers, some are ruining the debunker field by their behavior, to be honest.
Well, and that's where I believe, this is where maybe Rob and I don't agree. I think an actual debunker is able to hear all sides of information and extrapolate from that. And they're willing to hear difference of opinions and also change their minds. I think what we are talking about are, there's debunkers, and then there are just people who want to go out there and have an opinion. That is not the same thing as a debunker. A debunker actually has many hours into research, not based on their opinion or their feelings, but actually based on evidential,
Yes.
right?
I wouldn't say we disagree there. Well, you're making me
Well,
sound like a savage animal.
no, I think you give them debunker name. I don't.
Well, you
There's
know
a
what I'm
handful.
saying?
There
But
are a handful of
they
people
give
out.
themselves that name. They're really
Okay,
not.
but I'm saying there are a handful of people out there that call themselves a debunker, and they
Yes.
are nothing even close to a debunker. I
That's
think.
what I was trying to say without
I
you
think.
ruining it. You're my best friend.
Oh, yeah, and we agree. Australia's like, I would love to. I don't know if you have a name you can give us. I feel bad unless you would like us just to continue calling you by your team name. We do believe, you should have people who debunk, but I think here's the problem. Again, trend folks, this is trends. You have those that want to go out there and just be an asshole to be an asshole and think that they can do whatever they want because, oh, it's under the debunking flag. So then they can go out there and give your name, your pictures, your information. But the second you turn around, and all while using a fake moniker, by the way, they don't use their real names. So then when you get them and you say, hey, why are you coming at me? I've not done anything to you. And then you come to them with their information. Oh, their safety is suddenly something that's way more important. So I think when it comes to debunkers, to be able to sit down with somebody and say like, okay, what is your beliefs, right? Because you've got believers who are incredibly hard to talk to, and you have debunkers who are incredibly hard to talk to. But I think when you have those are all based in more feeling and belief, and not actual saying, okay, look, I am a believer in the paranormal, but I'm the first one to tell you, my mind can be changed like that about a lot of things because I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
Okay. I refill if we're going to do this.
I don't know what I don't know. And so, and I think when somebody comes at you, and I think this is the hypocritical part too, right? I think and so are believers though, Terry, right? Many debunkers are closed-minded. So are a lot of believers. Just because you're a believer doesn't mean you're open-minded. It just means you believe in one thing, just like a debunker believes in one thing. So I think, when we have these discussions, it is adding every piece into it so we can get to a better piece of the actual evidence where we can strip, if you're talking to somebody that doesn't have your same belief, they can see it from a different perspective, add their perspective, and maybe you could go, oh, you know what? Let me think on that, because that could work. That actually maybe makes more sense now. I think when you have debunkers out there on their shows, he's got to go get more sangria because I'm on a rant now. You'll learn. He knows when he's got to like, see, there he goes. I think when we have the debunkers out there, first you got to do this. Not any of us. Okay. None of us are out there being Stephen Hawking's. Okay. None of us know everything about every angle of psychology, science, physics, mathematics, there isn't one person that knows it all. There just isn't. So you're coming at it from your ability, right? From your knowledge, from what you've spent time on. When you have a debunker come in, and if the conversation then goes into, Terry, you are a know-it-all. When a debunker comes in and the first fire shot that he has that has to do with the way you look, your personal life, anything like that, you're done. You're no longer a debunker. You're just a dick. You're just a dick. You're not offering anything to the conversation to build it on. And I think this is where social media has wrecked paranormal, because it has allowed everybody a minute to say, I'm an expert, I'm a debunker. Because if you look at a debunker, some of the debunkers out there only have one topic that they debunk. And you have to ask yourself why. In the paranormal, I'll be honest, we can bring up any topic in the paranormal. I do believe in some unseens. I do believe there's something bigger. I do believe there are things out there that we'll never be able to explain. Well, let's talk about it. I don't freaking know. My general love and attention is on the ghost piece, because it's what I can. Oh, tell me when I'm back. Am I back? Okay. The ghost piece is sort of where that resonates for me, right? So I think this is where there's a real problem. And so for somebody that's an actual debunker, they should look within their own community and wonder, who are these people out there just doing personal attacks, right? They're white knighting. They're going, people shop stories around, and then a debunker comes in and we hear the word debunker and we're like, oh, really? You're on social media. Right? And you could say the same thing about me, but I do believe I offer an open conversation. And we don't have to go after each other's appearance or personal life, or dig into people's personal finances, or dig into their public records and share them. We don't have to do that shit. That's not even about the paranormal. But that's where debunkers have gone. And then you see them climb on to the people they hate, and they follow them around. That's a debunker. You follow the thing you hate. You don't work on the thing you're debunking. You just debunking a person because you want them knocked out of the picture. So to me, the debunkers should step up and work within the paranormal community to have actual conversations. And you want to be involved in the freaking playground bullshit, and go do it. But then don't call yourself you're something you're not. You're not a debunker. So this is where the hypocritical, I think we have to be honest as a community, and we have to be able to say everybody's hypocritical. You love who you love and you support, and you hate who you hate, and you go after them. And I think this is where the paranormal has veered off the paranormal talking points, because we can't prove that. So you know what I'm going to prove? I'm going to prove Rob Stackwitz is an asshole. Okay,
I do that for you every day.
I can help you out with that, folks. He can be an asshole. Okay, there you go. There's your proof.
Wow.
I can too.
Wow.
That's the point. I can too. Oh, please.
We know.
Oh, please. So I think this is where we need to understand as explorers, right, Angelina? I think we need to understand as researchers and explorers and investigators, or whatever you want to call yourself. I don't care what you want to call yourself. It's up to you. I think we need to keep it on target, on point about the paranormal, and understand that it's okay to say you don't know something. It's okay that you believed one thing and a few months, years, whatever, your mind has changed. That's called growth. That's called understanding that you just don't know what you don't know until you know it. That's okay. It's okay to do it. And I think I rather have real conversations than be in these weird camps. I'm camp you. I'm camp experiencer. I'm camp conversation. So yeah, debunkers all day long. I would love to have conversations with them, but I'm just over the social media. Let's go after what was the term? Parasocial relationships. It has nothing to do with paranormal, by the way. Parasocial relationships, right? Look it up. It's ridiculous what social media. And this is what I said to Rob today. I'm like, I almost believe social media has been created as warfare, and we have created more mental health issues. We have created easier ways for people to go after each other. It's why you can go back and look at things that I've written. I'm not going to attack your being. I'm not going to attack who you are. I don't go after people. I don't get even with people. I've only ever defended myself. And when people have come to me or after me, I have mentioned it. I don't make it a, it's not a fight. There's no fight here.
Yeah. I'm being quiet.
You are being quiet. Well, but I because I think, if you guys have a favorite, bye, sweetheart. If you guys have a favorite actual debunker, somebody that looks at actual evidence and has actual science and or concepts and theories with backings of culture and religion and psychology, if you have one of those people, like, please share them with us. We would love to have the conversations. A conversation, by the way, not a talking at, but a conversation, right? I think that all day long, God, there's a trend. Smarts. There's a trend. John Wolfe is the best. Okay. I don't know that person, but I can look him up.
Same. Yeah. And the question came up about AI. I think that was from Jen. So where do I see it going with AI? Again, right? For me, it's hard to have big opinions on it because I live, breathe, do this, every other weekend, almost all year long. So I live in the real of the paranormal, but let's say, right? So for the younger kids, the people that are not getting out there and investigating and working on it, I can see where the AI piece could be detrimental, right? But then there's a whole piece with critical thinking and just being straight up. There's one I love watching, Smug Puppy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you got to look it up. It's
Okay.
it's like horror movies come true, and they're presenting this as paranormal evidence.
And I agree there, Jen, as well.
And they are, they get beat up a lot, but I do think that they know that they're like, yeah, they're like, this is, some of this stuff's really bad. Well, yeah, and it's not just paranormal with that. I mean, AI is scary. It's getting scarier every single day in terms of what it can replicate and have people thinking. I think people need to stop getting defensive and feeling attacked when you try to bring things up in discussion. People become very emotional, and I get that it's passion, but there's a line between passionate and becoming a jackass. If you're passionate in your reasoning, that's great, but stop fighting everyone. And so this, I made a post not all that long ago. It said something to that effect, right? Sometimes it's how you say something that's more important than the thing you have to say. And disagreeing about belief systems has been around since the dawn of time, right? Well, the dawn of religion, really. But if you want to demonstrate that somebody's doing something, I don't know, that it's faking. This is a real world example. I watched a live where some people were outing someone that was faking, and it went from showing what they thought was faking to an absolute all-out beat down on this human being, and it was a person that I wasn't exactly fond of either. So you lost me right there, right? I didn't want to like that person, but I'm like, there was absolutely no reason to humiliate and beat somebody down like that publicly. Hey, there's Barry. because you think you did something, right? So that whole point of exposing this guy as a fraudster, which by the way, even if he was or is, he wasn't selling. I don't know how it would physically hurt somebody. We all have to get over this notion that these people that do fake shit are doing it and it's destroying the whole field. It's
It's
not.
not.
It just isn't.
No.
So they lost me right there, and
Mhm.
I actually felt bad for that person who did take it pretty hard. I get it. I've been beat up not for that, for other things. It's not fun to see a dog pile on you, or especially when it's on you, but on anybody. So it's like, come on, the delivery there, would have been, if that was just not what that was, it would have been more effective. All right. And guess what? It wasn't like I would never talk to that person again,
Yeah.
but I certainly would never, probably wouldn't have done anything with them again, like event wise or whatever.
But I think Lindsay brings up such a good point. It's why does we take it all so personal? And I think, we have worked really hard in the last, well, I know we have in the last, 3.5, 4 years that I've been around, 3.5 years that I've been around here, to have just open conversations, and feelings don't give a shit, or facts don't give a shit about feelings. And, I think what we've always strived to do is, when you open the conversation, if somebody's lying about an experience, that really is sad for them, because, when you try to dig a little deeper, right, what are they gaining from that? And I'm not here to save the paranormal from fakers or people who over exaggerate. I really do open conversations because I know the right people will want to have those conversations with us, and they will either find something that they didn't realize, not because of me, but because the conversation was open, and that they'll continue to do their exploration. I will always be an encourager of experiences. I will always be an encourager to dig a little deeper. So I think that's where, I don't have time to, I couldn't imagine dedicating my time to calling out what somebody is doing constantly, and if I went to a location and they were full of shit, and we know that a lot of locations have stories that are attached to them via another investigator or something that might not be true. But, I'm there not to replicate. I'm there to, one, listen to history, find history, and to find a possible experience, period. So walking around and white knighting all this stuff and thinking you're doing this, I think our conversation ended up being about, kind of in the end, the social media warrior sort of personality types. And you haven't changed anything. You've changed the climate, but you haven't really made changes for the productive and positive. So it's a weird time in the paranormal. People can say, oh, ignore it, or don't let them get to you. And the reality is, they're distractors, right? But it is hard to ignore when it comes at you full force constantly. But at the same time, I think it's time to sort of say, you know what, you want to do the spotlight on everybody else. Let's spotlight the entire field of paranormal. And that includes that includes everybody. There's not a protected class here, folks. The paranormal doesn't give a shit about your identity, your religion, your culture. It just doesn't. Because none of that shit's going to matter the second you pass and move on.
And there is something that happens, and I've seen it. And we've heard about it. And I've never been someone to put a lot of my evidence out. I don't even like calling it evidence, but whatever, it's evidence. But there's a weird byproduct that happens where people are afraid to even share something that they captured, or something, whether it's on a film or in an EVP or on video, whatever. People they're afraid to put stuff out there because they're afraid of the ridicule. that could come their way. So are we helping the community by keeping all of this potentially real evidence, tucked away because someone doesn't want to get beat up by a certain group of people? Or do we,
Usually the very people who cry about being beat up about something are the very people that are trying to stop you from saying something, because,
oh, yeah.
that's the weird, we went from a society of you need to be you need to be who you are, you need to be proud, and don't let anybody dim your light, to you better fucking listen to what everybody's saying in the community because they're going to come after you next. Like, think about this is, again, the hypocrisy. If you really stop, and Rob and I have to do this a lot, we stop and you have to break it down to just the facts. Forget how it made you feel. Forget that you want to feel a certain way immediately. You have to talk about the facts and what are being laid out. And the reality is, there are amazing people out there having great conversations that welcome you to add to those conversations. And then you've got those out there that are looking to somewhat be veered as heroic, or if you can't show your face, if you can't use your real name, if how are you heroic? Like, I gotta ask, like, I know maybe you're using the Spider-Man theory, I don't know, but I don't understand any of it. And we went from trying to build maturity to social media saying it's okay to act like a 13-year-old girl. Thank you, no thank you, I've been there, don't want to do that again. So it's a very weird spot. But I think paranormal became, the second something becomes popular is the second it becomes like everything else, right? It's no longer about the topic of paranormal. It just now has all the ingredients of popularity, right? When we put something out there, we usually put it out there as our experience, not evidence. Yes. Amen, yes. Jen, like, that's perfectly said. So
I don't know, ACP Gem, we always say that. We always say, we can't promise you a paranormal experience, but we can promise you an experience of the paranormal when you come to our events. And that's the truth, right? Because at the end of the day, if nothing happens that night, and it does happen, and it's supposed to happen that way, it's about the human connection too.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes it's more about that. I spoke about this maybe a week ago. I don't remember. But we recently did an event in New Jersey where we had very seasoned people, OGs, like loyalists. And then we had a group of new people, new to us, and pretty new to the paranormal. It was a pretty small group, so we broke them into two teams, so we had the veterans and then we had the newbies. Newbies had like a ridiculous night. It was good. Doors opening, just evidence or experiences happen. It's just things were happening, and they were like out of their minds, loving it. Then we got the old school dudes together and gals, and it sucked. And I sat back and watched, and I was like, I wonder why, right? And I'm watching, and it was, one was doing one thing, another two were over there doing this method. Nobody was working together, right? It was pretty frenetic and chaotic. So I forgot where I was going with this.
You're talking about the OGs versus the new people.
No, I know, but I forgot what prompted the question. Oh, so the experience, right? There was paranormal happening. It's the veterans that just weren't seeing it, right? When we had the new guys experiencing it, and it truly was an experience. There is, as you stated, there is no evidence. There isn't. It's not there. Nobody can say, and nobody will say, at least in this lifetime and probably ever, that there is undeniable proof of what these things are. And by the way, everything we probably think and have seen on the Travel Channel is incorrect. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But that's
I don't know. I mean, you have to think about network, what's going to sell advertisement, not what the truth is. You kind of have to look at,
right. And that's where, just like YouTube, prior to YouTube blowing up with, the big names, It was the television. It was Ghost Adventures. And I know everybody hates Zach, but without Zach, I don't know. It was Ghost Hunters. It was all of these shows
Yeah.
that got people interested in exploring it, 'cause nobody even thought you could. It's a tough, weird balance.
And you have to, I would think, as an adult and anybody that has any time in the field, you have some discernment there to understand that when something is popular, like on a YouTube, if it's gone viral or if they've got 1 million followers or they've got hundreds of thousands of views, right, and they're making money, and same with network television, what you have to understand is they're saying what somebody wants to hear. They're not telling you their actual beliefs. I promise you, we've had this experience, just FYI, I won't out the person. We've had this experience with somebody that was a little bit more on the famous side. And privately, the conversation was much different than when we finally got them to talk on a show. And suddenly you could tell it's like, because they can't share their real feelings. They can't share their change of opinion or their change of thought process on a theory, because that's not what they built their persona on. Therefore, you have to stick with what everybody else wants to hear, not what they actually feel. And I think I will always choose to be able to be fluid in my beliefs of the paranormal with everybody that I meet, with every experience that I have, with every experience that is shared. If I have to be validated by a like, a follow, a reaction, a comment, I don't want it. Then I don't want it. I want a conversation, not just a comment or oh, you're right. Oh, you're good. Like I don't need the blind following. It is why I like the conversations with Stacy. He challenges, right? He challenges us.
Yeah.
And I think we challenge him on some things, even though I don't know if he'd ever agree with that, Stace, but I do believe there are things we say that he might even go, and he's pretty fucking well versed, folks. Like this dude knows a lot. So, what are we really fighting for? Our insecurities. We're looking to be validated. We're looking to be the next big thing. We're looking for this unrealistic goal or expectation of being something. Well, guess what? You are something, right? Your look into what it is, for whatever reason. I don't like when people say we're all in the paranormal for the same reason. No, we're not. Oh no, we're not. Not even. We come at it differently. Maybe the only thing that we're in it for is maybe chasing the unknown. I don't know, but I don't even think that's always it, because some people use paranormal as a step to the fame. Some people use it to understand where we're going to go as we're dying. Some people might use it for a religious reason. Some people might use it for who knows what, but it's not the same. And I think paranormal is about bringing the living together to talk about and have conversations without the fillers of religion. I mean, you can bring up your religion, you can bring up your cultures and the way you were born. Geographically, it's even different. But I think those are just little extra colors around your experience. You start to take those colors out of the crayon box and saying, okay, what is the black and white of paranormal? Is it black and white? I don't know.
Here's, two things I'll add to that. Number one is, for as many years as I've been doing public events, I've met people from all walks of life, from every job you could ever imagine, from, shopping cart pushers to neuroscientists. Like, I'm not lying. And they all had a very, specific thing that brought them into trying to understand a little bit bigger, right? There's a reason we have so many nurses as guests at our events. There's a reason. I don't know what it is.
They're some of my favorite investigators too.
But there's a reason, right? There's something that happens, and we've seen this so many times. Once you can get people to think back far enough or deep enough or get a little clarity on something and go, oh, that was sort of my tipping point. It's not always what people think it is, you know, and you will
Absolutely,
eventually,
Sparky.
99% can almost, this, if there's anything I can ever guarantee, at some point, you're going to change your mind about something that you believed in the paranormal. You just were. That's what happened for me, and I might change my mind again. But I went from looking at it through one lens that is very, very different than my current lens, and just to make a bold statement and say that's never going to change for anybody, even on the side of, and I don't think debunkers don't believe in the paranormal. I just don't. Some do, some don't. But anyway, it's why I do the polls. It's why the polls will eventually. I was so nice
Have a
talking
great day,
to
Jen.
you. Yeah, take care. The polls I put out there are to get the conversations going, because I am curious, surface level, what the thoughts are, and then we can hopefully dig deeper in an idea that I pitched to Sarah yesterday. Jay.
There's Jay. Yeah, there's so much to these conversations, and I think it's time to really understand where we are. I think when we can identify and be honest about where we are in the paranormal social media based, understanding where we spend our time and efforts versus what is it we really want to accomplish. I'm not really here to accomplish calling people out and tearing them down. There's enough people out there doing that job. I'm not even remotely interested in it. So I think for me, it's always been about finding the actual paranormal conversations. And that's why I think we're so blessed with who comes and talks to us on the side, because these people, folks, if you don't know who, if you see names on there, you don't know, reach out to them, check out their pages, talk to them, watch their shows. It's diversity, for all those out there claiming nobody's, you're a bunch of assholes. Like, you're the assholes, because we're talking about diversity here. We're talking about all angles of the conversation. Yeah, we have our beliefs, but we're not here to cram them down your throat. And, we're just opening up conversations. People challenge me. I'm okay with that. I can be challenged. But what we shouldn't do, and what we should stop, and what we should stop giving energy to, and I think views to, is if you can't have a conversation without calling somebody, bad names, or calling out their personal business, or whatever the hell you are doing so you can stop people in their tracks. Like, that's, talk about low hanging fruit. Talk about easy views. Like, why don't you challenge your brain? Why don't you challenge yourself to have bigger and better conversations? So yeah, I think this is 2026 for us. We have some, I think, some really cool, thought-provoking and impactful conversations coming. And I look forward to having them with everybody that comes out to do this with us. Are you good with your 2 sangrias? I do too. Kaylee, I listen. And here's the thing, paranormal is lingering consciousness. Could be a piece of it. Maybe it's not the only piece of it.
I've got a lingering tailbone issue. I'm gonna have to get my donut out. See, Lindsay, I didn't know Lindsay was a big paragraph writer. You see, when you can't see me, Lindsay, then the comment doesn't go up. Okay. Break it up, girl. Break it up.
I agree, Lindsay.
Nick to stop getting electrocuted. I learned that it is kind of important to have your full team around at all times before, during, and after your first event. It wasn't the easy way. A good team really makes or breaks the deal. Agreed. You got to have the right people in your circle. The relationship you have with your team as individuals and a group speaks volumes. If you're not vibing, you got to figure something out. We can't give adequate attention to this profession when we are not in a comfortable environment. I think communication is so important in teams. So all of these points are really, 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 really good. And they're extra challenging when you're on. I didn't fart. When you're on,
said
I have a tailbone. Sparky said I farted. I have a
Oh, because
jacked up
you lifted
tailbone
up.
for some reason. It's extra challenging when we're on a public event, right? Where we have a bunch of people who don't even fucking know each other getting together to do this weird shit in the dark with
Mhm.
people you don't know. Which is why it's so critical to have, to all of your points, the right people there. How do we ease somebody into this? How do we make them bring their guard down enough to actually do any? Do you know how many times in the last 12 years I've had to say, hey, like I'll try to get people to do an EVP session. All right, who wants to ask the first set of questions?
That's stage fright, though. I get that
I
way.
understand, but it shouldn't be there. So I have to remind them, you paid to come do this. Let's go. Get up here. Get it done. So why is there the stage fright, right? Nobody wants to look or feel or sound stupid. Only one time did I ever make someone feel stupid.
Oh, just once?
Just
Oh,
once.
you're not talking about me. You're talking about
No, not
others,
you.
like a guest.
You
Okay.
You don't count.
Okay.
No, so I had two people do an EVP session. And one person would ask the question.
The other person was answering.
The other person was answering it.
And that's just adorable because you forget. Yeah, what's your name?
But I didn't stop
Sarah.
him. What's your name? Lindsay. How old are you? 26. Everybody was just watching this, and I couldn't stop it.
Yeah,
It
you're
was
like,
so
that's
good.
not how that goes, but
It
okay.
was so cool.
But did you get anything in between the living person's answer?
No.
No, they were like, the ghost is like, I don't even get it.
They were,
I
the
don't even
ghosts were
know.
like, fuck are they doing?
That's not how this
This
goes.
is my part.
Yeah,
It
reading
was
my
the greatest.
lines.
It was the greatest. But I think I might have that recording somewhere.
But yeah, this has a lot more conversation to it, but it's just time. I think it's time to sort of break down to the reality. And
I'm still on. I'll call you back. No, I'm still on his live, son. All right, bye.
You could have told them we're cutting it, but we've kept you an hour and a half. We wanted to share our spicy with you, but it always turns into such a great conversation. You guys are amazing people. Please know that. And welcome to our new friends of Australia's Capture Paranormal. Jen, thank you so much for finding us. And I hope to have more conversation with them because, oh my God, they are amazing. What?
I love cockatoo.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta go there. You gotta take a boat to the cockatoo.
Okay.
And then you're stuck on an island.
I'm a little afraid of Australia. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I am too.
A little afraid. I don't know that I'm tough enough for it, but right, Terry. I've missed Terry. Terry, I missed you. All right. Well, with that, you know what we say. Honestly, we do. We see you. We do, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for the great conversations, and know that we love you beyond. Look, we're all different, and we all have different beliefs, and we have different opinions, and it's okay to have those. As long as we keep that conversation open and going, that's all we're asking. So thank you for being a part of that, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do outside of this Wednesday. Oh, I
buy
see.
some shit so I don't have to donate.
So he can not have to wear a hat anymore.
Yeah, I can't afford a haircut, people. Let's go.
Oh
Shirts,
my gosh.
shot glasses, pendulum boards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put gray sweatpants up, guys. Trust me, wear the
guys shouldn't wear them. You do not wear those out in public. Do you hear me? Do not wear gray sweats out in public.
Wow.
Okay.
Why?
All right. Because everybody knows they're cookies made because of it. Okay. Everybody knows.
Just curious.
Anyways. So with that, everybody, go have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. If you have an investigation coming up, please be safe, drink your water, get your rest, and we will see you guys. I don't know, the next live. You never know when that will happen. So with that, peace.
Could be in 8 minutes. Going to get my gray sweatpants on, everybody.